welcome to the Score Show, host of the show. My guy, new member of the Score, man like Sam, how you doing?
What's good? What's good? How you doing, fam? You alright?
I'm good, man. Thanks for joining me this evening.
Oh, it's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure.
How you feeling? The Premier League's coming back tomorrow after
You know,
3 months.
you know what? I'm excited. It's a bit of it's just a bit of a shame that the league as a title contest is over, but it'll be
Mm.
good to see have some Premier League football on TV and see some football, man.
Yeah,
It's
trust me,
after it's yeah, man. It's been
been a
sorely
hell of a
missed.
long while. Trust me, it's been a hell of a long while. First of
Oh,
all, I need to say congratulations to Bayern Munich winning on
yep,
the
yep,
eighth
yep,
consecutive Bundesliga title
yep.
in a row.
Mhm.
They might as well write their name on the cup at the beginning of next season because I can't
It's
see.
Do you know what? It's absolutely. I've watched a lot of the games this season, and they are they take my breath away sometimes. They're a very dynamic team, and
Mm,
what I've seen so far, and the thing is, they're only gonna get better. Is they have a nice blend of young players and the older players. So it's like their rebuild season that they had about 2 years ago is over now. It appears that they're back on the up. So, I mean, for the Champions League next year, or even for this year, or the rest of next year, I think everyone needs
mm.
to look out for Bayern Munich. They look like they're back. And you got guys like Lewandowski or Lewandowski as they call him. He's just
Man, like,
he's just getting better with age, isn't it? It's like
yeah,
fine wine.
getting better every season.
It's
Um,
amazing.
I
It's
mean, he's
it's
got like over 45 goals this season
Yeah,
already.
yeah. He got 31 in the league. I'm pretty sure he's got like 12 in the Champions League. Another 40. It's what over 40. Yeah, it's amazing. It's
That's
amazing, man. It's
that's
amazing.
devastating. That's
It's absolutely.
devastating. But yeah, what I wanted to start off the show with today is our guy. We have to commend him, Mr. Marcus Rashford.
Yep,
I
yep.
mean, I have to applaud him, man. Like,
Massive applause. Massive
like
applause, man.
massive effort by him. You know what I mean?
I
Took it
think.
upon himself to fight for change. You know?
Yep, yep. It's
You know
it's
what I
it's.
mean?
I'll be honest with you. I didn't see this in him. I didn't see him as. I mean, with Sterling, it's quite clear that over the last year and a half, he's been quite. I wouldn't say an activist, but he's been quite vocal about his thought on racism and stuff like that. But I
Mm,
didn't see
mm.
this. I didn't see this from Rashford. I'm positively. I'm very impressed, and kudos to him. Like something. I have someone so young, so so willing to make change or to activate change, even to the extent that it gets to the government. So,
Man,
I hope he keeps it up, and well done to him. Massive well done. We thank
trust
him.
me. Yeah, no, 100%. Because now, thanks to him, around what 1.3 million school children, are gonna have what can claim free school
Free
meals.
food. Listen.
Yeah, throughout the summer holidays. And I mean, he really does have to be commended for his efforts because the government, they were a bit reluctant
Oh,
to make
we don't, we
change.
don't, we don't even want to start on them, man. We don't even want to
Yeah.
start on them, man. The less said on them is better, man, because we'll just be here till tomorrow talking about them. But
Mm.
massive shout out to Rashford. I feel like that's very. I genuinely did not see this aspect to him, but I think for
Mm.
me, he's gone up in my estimation. I can't have any more words of praise to say that. I'm really impressed, and I'm really happy for him, and it's happy for the kids, to see someone do that at the level that is at. So, well done, Marcus Rashford. Well done.
Trust me, and obviously another positive note is that he's one of our own. So,
Yep, exactly
he's
that.
leading by example.
He must, he must be chomping at the bit now because he hasn't played football prior to COVID. He hadn't played football since is it January or something like that?
Yeah, I
February,
think
January.
yeah, January, February. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah,
So
so he must be chomping at the bits to just get on the
he's
pitch, man.
so hungry. And the thing is, it could have been easy for him just to have focused on him rehabilitating himself in this pandemic, but like
Yep,
he's actually made time to actually do things for the community. Like
yep,
he
yep,
raised like
yep,
20
yep,
million to
yeah,
supply
yeah,
meals to vulnerable people.
yep.
You know, he could have just been doing like let's say what Grealish or
Walker.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just doing their own thing, having parties and stuff like. Not to say that they haven't done anything for their communities at all, but
True,
like
true. I get what you mean. I
he's
do get what you
like
mean.
proper like gone in like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
he's done so
Is
much
he's
for the
been
team.
it's been I have to say Rashford. I mean, through this time period, I've seen a lot of growth, and I don't mean in a obviously privately we don't know him privately, but what we can only
Mm.
comment on is what we see of him in the public, and I feel like he's grown a lot. I feel like this season as a player he's grown, but I think further like much more during this pandemic period as a influence and as someone that's using someone that's able to influence people and use his position of power to aid or to assist other people. It's really grown. I didn't really see this from him, but I really like it. And he's showing leadership. I think he's showing some sort of leadership, if I'm being totally honest. And that bodes
Yeah,
well for us in the future. I think he can be one of the leaders.
yeah, 100%. Could you see him as a future Man United captain?
Yeah, I can. You know what? If you asked me this last season, I would have said
Mm.
no way. Right now, oh yeah, I can definitely see it. 100%, I can see it. Yeah, I think he loves the club as well. Hopefully, he stays on for years and years, and we see the best of him. But yeah, I can definitely see him as a leader for us in the future. 100%.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you, Marcus Rashford, man. I thought
Yeah,
obviously we need
massive,
to
massive, bro.
start the show on a good note because the next topic that I'm going to speak about is very controversial and it ties in with what's been happening in the last couple of weeks. Rest in peace to George Floyd. Obviously,
Of course, yeah,
he's
100. Yeah. Rest in peace.
he's
Rest in
definitely
peace.
sparked this outrage, this debate about systemic racism. And I saw a video on Instagram the other day. I think it's one of the guys from Culture Camp. Shout out to them. Was saying that English players or black English players should boycott player for England. What do you think? Do you think obviously following what's happened recently and what happened on the weekend with the far right nationalists going
Mm,
to
mm,
Parliament Square and chatting racist abuse, most of them football fans, I'm sure.
mm.
Do you think black players should
You know what?
boycott
Yeah,
player for England?
I feel like it's a difficult one because at the end of the day, it's like I mean, first and foremost, that obviously we all know that the premise of sport is always to be neutral and not to get too involved in what's going on with politics or in a political situation. However,
Mm.
it's getting to the stage now where it's quite clear that if you look at from I wasn't at the thing on Friday on Saturday, but I could hear I saw clips on Instagram and on social media, and the funny thing was most of this far right people that were
Mm.
speaking, they very much sound like football fans. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
The culture, it sounds like a football fans thing. So
Uh-huh.
it's a difficult one because you're right. It's like, do you want to not do the black players not want to play for the country or miss out on international tournaments? That only comes once every 4 years,
Mm.
for doing something greater. And I always think back to. I'm going to use two examples I have in it. So the first one I have is I'll use Muhammad Ali, who was a boxer and
Mm.
he refused to be conscripted for the Vietnam War, and subsequently they took his boxing license off him and he was out of the ring for a bit, I think 4 years, or I think something along those lines.
Yeah.
And then I'll use the example of Michael Jordan, who, as people are very much aware, had this the Last Dance thing on Netflix, and
Yeah.
he was a sportsman. He didn't try to get too involved in he didn't try to get too involved in things not to do with sports because he just saw himself as a basketball player that brought joy to people, by his performing his sport.
Mm.
So it's a difficult one. You know what?
Because you see, for me, it's like when I saw those protests, well, they weren't protests. They just went there for a piss up and
Yeah, yeah,
weren't there for
facts.
any sort of reason whatsoever. Just to have a piss up and just to sing football songs and drink beer
Yeah,
and be
yeah,
racist. Like
yeah.
they weren't there for a purpose. And these are the people that go to football games.
True.
Okay, not now. Obviously, with domestic football, you're gonna get more a more variety of people. You know, do you know what I mean?
True.
There's going to be
Yeah.
much larger demographic of people at the games. But these England games, right, especially the ones, you know, where they're away from home, the diehard English fans go there as well,
True.
the international tournaments as well. These are the people that the England players are representing. Now, specifically for the black players, right, why should they, you know, put on the England shirt when these people do not respect the movement that's currently going on at this moment in time? That's my question. Obviously, I understand. I get your point about Michael Jordan, but why should they put on the shirt when these people, you know, when they're good, they're adored, but if they're not playing well,
They
or
get
yeah,
cussed out.
they get cuffed,
Yeah,
or if they
yeah.
weren't footballers, they're just another black monkey.
Yeah, true, 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 true. It's you know, I think ultimately it will be down to each player and each
Mm,
individual to make the decision.
mm,
But I suppose, I suppose if you look at it from a player's perspective, you think, you know, obviously, like I said, we both know that tournaments comes once every 4 years or is every 2 years. You know what I mean? You don't. There'll be you get a finite. There's only a finite amount of time to play in these tournaments, in the biggest one.
mhm.
So I think if a player thinks, you know, if I'm not gonna play due to based on what's happening, then they might look back on it as a career and think, oh, maybe I made that. But I have to say, where it is, I totally agree with what you say, and I understand what you mean in regards to this these guys, these idiots are the same people. Like you said, if it's all good, they love you, but when it goes right, when it goes wrong, sorry, they're very quick to, you know, call you names, you know,
Mm.
like I say, and so I
I
don't
get
know,
why
man. It's
it's tricky. It's
hard. It
really
is
hard.
hard. I feel like education is the way forward, then. But is the thing where like, do you
But these guys have been doing it for years,
yeah, it's
years, and I've been amongst some of these fans. And the thing is that I'm not trying to, you know, tarnish every England fan with the
true,
same
true.
brush.
Yeah, I
Do you know
get.
what I mean?
Yeah,
But I've been
yeah,
in and amongst these people, and I've seen firsthand how they behave. Obviously, they've never directed any racism towards me, but
yeah.
I've seen and heard racism in and amongst the
Mm,
crowd. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's been going on for years now. And why I'm saying this is because obviously the movement is so strong now, and everybody's being called out. Is this now the time for black players who play for England to make a stand and say enough is enough? If you're not going to respect the color of my skin, then I'm not going to put on the shirt. I know it's not every England fan because you know
true.
the majority of people they can behave accordingly and not use, you know, this derogatory language towards
Yeah,
black
yeah.
players. But at the same time, would you say now is the right time for the players to make a stand?
Oh, more than ever. I mean, you can already see the traction that they pull in. You can see what Sterling's been going on about. He's been advocate for this for at least a year and a half, 18 months.
Mm,
You know what I mean? It's clear that, and with what is going, like you said, there is a change in culture. So this is the time. Yeah, you're right. This is the time for them to. This will be the time for them to make a stand and obviously use the affluence that they have, or the influence, sorry, that they have to, you know, try and make the changes. But yeah, when it comes to them not playing for England, it's I think that's real difficult. But I get where you're coming from, and you know what, I kind of agree with it. I feel like people these people do need to learn in some way, shape, or form. However, looking at a player's perspective, he's thinking, yeah, that's true. But even if I don't play, say I say I'm not gonna play, what stops Gareth Southgate from calling another black person? You know what I mean? Another
mm,
youngster in the place who will come and take it, and
mm,
the player probably thinking, oh, maybe miss out on an opportunity to go to Euros or World Cup. Something that next time he comes, I might not be fit. I might, you know what I mean? I might be
yeah,
older.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it is difficult. It is difficult. But I feel like more than anything, I feel like the FA should. You know what? This is what I'm gonna say. the FA need to look at themselves and they need to be doing more as well. If I'm being totally honest, when it comes to, bro, how come we don't have a black English captain? How is that?
Yeah, and you know what else is? Well, I wouldn't say scary, but it just shows how the institution is,
Yeah,
because there's no
100%.
there's no black representative on the FA
Nope,
or even
nope,
in the Premier League at the
nope.
top level, at the highest level. You know what I mean? And this is issues that we're fighting for at this moment in time.
Oh,
And
there is any no coaches. If you look at the coaching, no black top coaches,
mm,
no representation on the FA board, like you say. They, I bet there's even any representation on club boards. You know what I mean? So
mm,
it's. I think the FA need to do more first and foremost. I definitely think the Football Association need to do more in making ensuring that there is that there's ethnic, not just even black, Asians, that there is enough inclusion for ethnic minorities in football at the grassroots level and even at the board level. It's not just a few chosen, sorry to say, white people that are making decision when the game is loved by a lot.
everybody
Football's
around the
football's
world.
global.
Yeah, it's
Exactly,
universal.
football's global. So I feel like the FA they need to do more. They need to do more. I think they have to. They have to. They need to. They have to do more. They really have to. They should be the first port of call before you even look at the players. The FA Football Association, the Premier League, all these people, they need to do more. They need to do more.
Because you see, my worry is that obviously now we're slowly coming out of the lockdown period. You know what I mean? Things are starting to open back up now, and people are starting to go back to work. My worry is that over a period of time, this issue is going to be swept under the rug. That's
Is
my
that?
concern.
It's not
Which
just
is,
you, bro.
you know what I'm saying? Which is
It's,
why I'm so passionate about, obviously these players making a stand, and putting their foot down. But, as time goes on, players go back to training. You know,
it's
they have a rigid schedule that they have to follow.
yep.
You know, ambassadors, black ambassadors for clubs, they have a schedule that they have to follow. Will this be swept under the rug in 3 to 4 months' time when everything pretty much goes back to normal?
I pray not. I really do. I pray not. But somehow, it might sound a bit sad me saying this, but somehow I think it will because
Mm.
the thing is the media is so powerful in the messages that it's easy for them to sweep something like this, and it will be so easy. It's easy for them to just forget about it or just bring something else. More
Mm.
something that's popular at the time.
Mm.
Denzel says it, man. If you watch the news these days, you're misinformed, and if you don't watch it, you're uninformed. So where's the middle line? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
How
yeah,
does
yeah, for
information?
real.
Where do you get information? When you say it like that, I feel like this more than ever. I feel like there should be pressure on the government, and there should be pressure on the government, the Football Association, the FA. There should be pressure on the Premier League. These guys that, yeah, whilst the media might have their own narratives or their own
Mm.
agendas in sweeping stories underneath the rugs or sweeping aside, you should be the pioneers. You should be making the change. You should be the leaders in making changes,
Mm.
and that's more inclusive of black people and of ethnic minorities. You know what I mean? So I feel that they should. I really feel like the FA and the Premier League should be held accountable. I feel there should be some sort of body or someone that should hold them accountable to ensure that these changes are happening not just in grassroots level but
Mm.
also in professional football as we know it. So there's more representation of people of color.
Yeah,
I
for
really
real.
do,
Yeah, it's
because
crazy.
if we can't look at the media for that. We can't look. The Sun will say anything to sell papers,
Oh,
anything.
yeah, yeah, that tin pot
So
paper, boy.
exactly, no,
Yeah.
they will say anything. So for them, it's today's hot, tomorrow no one cares, and that's how they go. But like we say,
True.
we at the end of the day we see this, and hopefully the players like Sterling, who's already started. I hope he continues. People like Rashford, and I hope that
Mm.
it's not even just black players. I said like more players, white players get involved as well and try and make
Trust,
this movement.
yeah, man.
I saw Sterling. I saw today on Sky Sports. Sterling. He's got a is it like a 1 minute 30-second clip of people addressing racism and standing up, and he had a few players there, and I saw Henderson there, and I feel like Jordan Henderson, in the position that he is right now, I feel like he will be someone that will be able to help push on the message, and hopefully, you know what I mean, because he's in a position of where he's quite respected, and at the end of the day, he's a white guy, and if he's saying this, hopefully, some of these idiots on
Can
this
transcend
little
to them,
thing,
yeah.
yeah, they'll see that, and you know, and think. But I don't know. You know what? It's crazy, man. But I
Yeah.
do feel football has to make a change, though. I mean, yeah, football
Mm.
definitely has to make a change. The FA must make a change. They must,
100%.
man. They
Because even me,
must.
like, obviously, oh no, Barcelona made it too. Oh no, it was disallowed.
Oh,
Yeah, I think Griezmann scored, but it was disallowed. But yeah, as I was saying, because me, I go to a lot of football games, right?
yeah,
And I'm around a lot of these people. I have been around these since I was like, what, football games since I was like 8 or 9. But now, for me, I feel like when we can go back to football games, will I feel comfortable
true,
as
true.
I used to?
Yep.
And I'm a people person, but I don't know anymore. I really don't know anymore because the way obviously this issue's being pushed in the media, you know, the far right wing nationalists are taking it personally. And now, I could be amongst one of them, and some people may make things personal.
Yeah, it's. Do you know the funny thing? I feel like this is the next 6 months. I would say. I mean, with COVID now, we all know that no football fans are going to be in the stadium till next year. So I
Mm.
would say within the next 6 months to the next year will be a determinant factor in how in the attendance of fan to football in this country and relationship. And by that I mean, yeah, you're always gonna get your white guys that are gonna turn up on the games, but I mean like people of color
Mm.
turning up to the football games. It's going to be crucial what the football clubs do, what the FA do in regards to
Yeah,
what they do, because if they don't handle it right and they go back to how it was, then I'm sorry, I don't think you're gonna find people of color or ethnic black or Asian people turning up to football games anymore. Why would you go and get abused
allow
like that,
people,
or
yeah,
potentially put
sure.
yourself where in a position where you have to defend yourself because you're angry or something like that? Why not just watch the football game from the comfort of your own home? And
Mm.
these clubs are gonna. I mean, I hope they do because I know all they care about is money. But hopefully, they need to. Your
Need to
fan
keep
base is
pushing it,
just
yeah.
more than your city. Your fan base, football. Most football fans now go from Timbuktu to flipping Alaska. From what I mean, it's not
Mm.
just
Your
your
town,
area
yeah,
or
your
the
area, yeah,
city.
exactly, man, yeah.
So they need to. I feel I feel like it's going to be crucial the next 6 months to the year. I really do. I feel like how the football clubs first and foremost take it on themselves to ensure that they have a zero tolerance.
Mm.
Absolutely not. Zero tolerance. I mean, if you hear a word, you're out of there and you're never ever coming back. You don't want to be waiting and say no. We need to do our investigations. No,
Yeah, that's
you need to be
it, done.
decisive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to be decisive in your action. So it's going to be crucial. But I also then, of course, again, like I said, and I'll keep going back to them. The FA, what are they doing? What are the Premier League doing? What are you doing? What are the stewards doing? What are you doing to in the sense that yeah, it's all good and that, but when things are going back, then that's when people's true colors start coming out. This
Mm.
racist, this far right protesters or far right people, then they start coming out, and that's when the drinks in them, when the drinks in you, your people start getting loose and with what they
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
and their true
exactly.
colors start showing. So I feel like the football culture, there needs to be a change in football culture, especially fan culture,
Mm.
in regards to include having inclusions for black people and Asian people as well. So
Yeah.
the thing is, I really, really wish that there was one simple answer or there was one simple way to change all of this, but there isn't. And obviously, time will tell, and it requires time as well. But it, I feel football the football clubs now need to show an absolute. They always say zero tolerance, but they need to be proactive with it, not reactive.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant stuff. Well, moving on from that into more imminent things anyway. The Premier League is back tomorrow.
Jeez! Woo!
Thank God.
Yeah,
We've got a
trust me.
big game tomorrow evening. Manchester City versus Arsenal. You know, this is a big game for Arsenal because obviously the league is down to Liverpool. You all know this, unfortunately.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and
Tell me
Arsenal, you know,
about it.
they're chasing a top four Champions League spot, and this could be crucial to try and secure the services of Aubameyang for next season. Um, how do you think that match is going to go tomorrow?
Um, the way I see it, I think it's gonna be good. I think first of all, I think I'm just happy to have it back. I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to say that. It's just good to see people on the pitch again. But
Mm,
in regards to the game itself, I think City. I expect City to win. I feel like their way. I mean, when it comes to City this year or this
mm,
Premier League year, I feel like after what they've done in the last 2 seasons, amazing. I mean, they're a team for the ages. I don't care what anyone says. I feel that there's been a drop off this season, which can be kind of expected because once you get to the top of the mountain, staying at the top is very difficult because people are
yeah,
hungrier, and it makes sense. But they have been hell on luck with injuries to crucial players in key positions.
mm,
It's obviously clear that they have been worried about the FFP, so they haven't been able to spend. They can't. They're gone are the days of them just going and splashing 100 million without raising eyebrows. So I feel like but I feel like the virus might have come at the right time for them because it's allowed a few players to get
to
fit
get
again.
fit. Yeah, Laporte,
Yeah, Laporte,
Sane.
Sane, get fit again. And with the five, we've been able to make 5 subs for the rest of the season. You
Oh,
know that you know the quality of the squad. We all know the quality of the
mm,
squad. It's
mm.
it's clear to see. So that way, Pep will be able to give players games and get people in, and they will probably be targeting the FA Cup and the Champions League. But I
And do you
feel like
think
they're,
Arsenal get
they
into the Lions den tomorrow then?
yeah, do you know what? I have a feeling. Yeah, I feel like City will play for the rest of the season. I think they'll play with a knife between the teeth. I think they'll be a bit angry.
Mm,
I think they'll be a bit angry. I mean, and I think angry in the sense that people have maybe disrespected them, or people have been quick to chuck salt at them because of they haven't performed to the standards that they've set. But I
mm,
feel like the rest of the Premier League season they will play a bit angry, and everyone's gonna get games. He's going to use the squad, so I expect them to be Arsenal. I feel like
Well,
they're ahead of Arsenal.
I mean, I've got
They are.
some stats here. Arsenal's
Mm.
record against Man City is dreadful. So basically, did you know, yeah, Man City have won their last 6 matches against Arsenal in all competitions. Obviously, that's their best ever winning run against Arsenal, yeah. Another stat is Arsenal have lost their last 5 league matches against Man City, and they last had a longer losing run against an opponent between 1974 and 1977, and that was against Ipswich Town. So they've really struggled against Manchester City in recent years. So obviously with those stats, it doesn't bode well for them. But who knows? I mean, it could be a one-off game coming
True,
off the
true,
back of
true.
obviously this break. You know, the first game of it's like for me, I call it the first game of the new season really because it's been 3 months.
Yeah, true, true,
So
true.
they could cause a
Do,
surprise. But like you said,
do you know what it is? Yeah. Do you know what it is? I feel like you're right. Actually, it is a one-off game. Anything can happen. I mean, and ultimately, this is football. Anything can happen. But the thing is, if you look at it,
mm,
if it, let's be honest with you, bro. Like on a technical level, Man City players are better than Arsenal,
oh,
bro.
absolutely,
And
without a shadow of a
and,
doubt.
and the thing where you can do 5 subs now. If people are getting tired, you can bring on Man City with the squad they have.
Yeah.
They can bring on players, and there will be no drop in quality
Mm,
or you know what I mean, or quality or technique that they have. So I feel like the quality will come through. I think that the quality that they have, the quality of the team. This guys the champions, the winners. I think this will get it through. It will get them through this game. I
mm,
mean, Arsenal. I feel like Arsenal with Arteta. I think they want to watch out for. I'll be honest with you. I feel like Arsenal now. They football. They have a football plan. They have a football direction. So maybe the season's a bit too early, and this season's for them is about finishing it, trying to see if they can maybe get a Europa League spot. But I feel like next season and seasons to come, I feel like there will be. I'm seeing a gradual resurgence in them, and I do think they'll get better. I
We'll have
do,
to wait
but
and
I feel
see.
this is too early.
And tomorrow, yeah, I think the first half is going to be very crucial because I've got another stat here, yeah.
Let's hear it. Let's hear
I'm
it.
just coming with the facts and the receipts, yeah. So against Man City, so 12 of the last 16 Premier League goals, yeah, Man City have scored against Arsenal have all been in the first half, scoring at least twice in the opening 45 minutes in 4 of their last 6 meetings. Do you, that is it's a horrendous stat. Is that even a word? An horrendous stat, yeah.
It
That
isn't
is
true.
dreadful.
No, but the thing is, I'm not surprised by this, bro. The way they've been defending, it's like they just don't know how to. They just don't know how to defend in big games. They don't know how to play big games.
That's
I
why I
mean,
say the first
yeah,
half is going to be very crucial
yeah,
for them.
yeah. And I can, you know what? Tomorrow I can see, yeah, I can see a goal in the first half. I can see Man City scoring in the first half. I'm
Mm.
being honest. Yeah, I can see them. Like I said, I feel they'll be bang. I think they'll be bang on it. I feel
Mm.
Man City would wanna because I feel like Man City would they'll treat this as a pre-season of any sorts because they're gonna let's be honest, they're gonna finish second, innit? We all know they're gonna finish second, so they're
Yeah.
gonna get Champions League. Obviously, we don't know what's gonna go on with what they have with Cass and Appeal in regards to the
Oh
ban
yeah.
that they've got for the
Mm.
Champions League. But I feel like if the Champions League comes back, which is expected to come back in August, they're going to be using this as ways to get fit, get players fit, so they peak in August when the tournament comes back, where it's most likely to be a one leg. So I expect Man City to. Yeah, I expect Man City to score in the first half tomorrow. I do. I think Arsenal will. I think Arsenal will. I think Arsenal will play well. I
Mm.
think the key for them is they shouldn't concede in the first 15 minutes. I think Arsenal will play good football, and at the end of the day, Arteta is one of Pep's disciples. So you know, what I mean,
Well, I
they're
mean,
gonna have the same philosophy.
we say they shouldn't
But
concede in the first 15 minutes or even in the first half, but we say every season, and
yeah,
they always manage to capitulate in the big games in the first half, and
true.
it's always a rescue job. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, that's I keep on alluding to the fact that the first half is very crucial for them. And obviously going by their stats there, it doesn't bode well for them. But
It doesn't bode well at all. No, no.
they could spring a surprise for
Phew.
Arsenal
Yeah,
fans, and
true.
they
See, I
really
mean,
do need to get a result in order to obviously to keep their hopes alive for the Champions League.
true. The thing with Arteta though, I have seen improvements. I'm being honest. I know he's been there 2 months, 3 months now, but I've seen improvement. Actually, sorry, he came in January, December. I've seen improvement with them, and
Mm.
yeah, they are getting better. But I feel like this is a step too far, and not now, not against this team. Anyways, I think
Mm.
they'll lose. But it might not be as high scoring as before when they used to capitulate 3-1 or it was a 3-0. You know what I mean? City
Mm.
love playing them,
Mm.
but I still think the quality of player, the quality of team that City have, and City they know what they're doing. This team have played together. They've won. They're winners together. So
Mm.
I think they'll see the game through, and I
Mm.
think they'll win it.
And we
But yeah,
moving on, we've got obviously a big game ourselves
ho ho ho
away at
ho.
White Hart Lane against Spurs, and Spurs obviously they're pushing for Champions League. We're pushing for Champions League. We're trying to chase Chelsea. I think
Yeah.
we've got Sheffield United after Spurs as well.
After Tottenham, yeah.
Yeah. Now I don't know how to call this, and I don't know how we're gonna perform. I mean, obviously we've got Pogba coming back, which is a bonus. Rashford coming back is a bonus. Obviously the addition of Bruno. Do you think we're in a good position going into the last 8 or 9 games to make it into the Champions League?
Do you know what? This is the first time I've said this. I am sorry, excuse me. I'm very, very. I'm excited to watch United again, and
Really, but
I
we
haven't
lost to
said
West
this in
Brom
a
with
while.
Pogba and Bruno.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm hoping that was just. I'm hoping that was just pre-season. Not pre-season. That was like they were just thinking, we're just gonna relax.
Mm.
But the thing is, prior to this break, we were in good form. We'd won. We hadn't lost in about 10 games or something along those lines. It's been a good amount of games that we'd lost. I think Liverpool was our last defeat, if I'm correct,
Think so, yeah,
at Anfield.
yeah.
So we've been on a good run. But I'm really excited because I want to see how well Rashford is going to be back. Pogba is going to be back.
Mm.
Pogba and Bruno are going to play together for the first time. I hope that the team looked like prior to going that they knew what they were doing. They were happy playing and they had a style of playing. Now with better players,
Mm.
it should hopefully mean that we play better. But I feel like the game against Tottenham, I don't like. I think I called it a draw already, and I've already said it. It's going to be a draw. But it's going to be good to see how Pogba and Bruno integrate together on the pitch, the chemistry, if they can develop a chemistry, how Rashford is going to be back, Martial. So it looks like, and obviously we're going to have a defenders fit as well, players back fit. So I think we should be in a good place, and we should be in a good place to make a push for the fourth position because we're 3 points off Chelsea. So we just need to ensure that we're playing consistently. And we've played most of the top six teams. The only teams we left we have to play, you said Tottenham,
Tottenham, that's it.
Sheffield United,
Sheffield United, yeah.
and that's it.
So
So really and truly, there ain't no excuse. If we need to be getting our top four because Chelsea are not. Chelsea still got some difficult games to play.
so who? I
Chelsea
mean,
got some
obviously,
difficult
form
games to
goes
play.
out the window because it's been so long since
Yeah,
teams have played. Everyone's starting
yeah,
on a
a
level playing
fresh
field again,
again.
fresh again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Out of the 4 or 5 teams chasing the Champions League spot, who would you say are the favourites? Chelsea, Wolves, Sheffield United, Spurs. Arsenal may think they're in the mix, but
You know what? I'm gonna say Arsenal. They're not in the mix. They're not making it. They're too far gone. Do you know what? Yeah. The thing is, I don't think anyone wants it. They're all playing like they don't want the fourth position. I mean, if I'm being honest, because it's no one can put a run together.
it's true.
Tottenham got Harry Kane back. They got Son back. They might have a few players back, but I don't know. I don't know. I still feel something is not right at
Oh,
Tottenham.
Son is doubtful,
But
but oh my God, their form leading into this game is dreadful.
it's terrible.
They what?
It is terrible.
They've lost, out of the last 5 games, they've lost 3 and drawn 2.
Yeah, it's terrible, bro. It's absolutely terrible. I feel like I don't know. I don't think they're gonna be able to put a run together. I feel something isn't right at Tottenham. I don't think something is right. I don't know if it's the manager. I don't want to. Obviously, the man is a great manager and he's a winner. But I feel like something is right at Tottenham. I don't know if it's the squad or the manager or if they're not gelling
Something that's
together.
off,
But
isn't
one
it?
thing I do know about Mourinho is that he loves to crash a party. He does not love to read the script. That's why I can say he would not want to lose to United. No way would that man want to lose to United. No, so as I said, I could see him just think, you know what, he would think we'll take a draw. But I don't think it's them. I think it's between us and Chelsea. And I think that what it comes down to is who can be more consistent.
Yeah, for real.
Who's going to stay more consistent. Our games are easy on paper, but one thing about United is we seem to play well against the big teams. When it comes to smaller teams, we keep dropping silly points.
Man.
You keep dropping silly points. Chelsea still got to play, I believe, Liverpool, City, and I think they've got a few teams to play in the top 10. So I feel like whilst our fixtures are easier than Chelsea's, I just don't know what to expect from United. And Chelsea, they've probably had a chance to get players back as well that weren't fit. So it's a toss up really, but I feel like it's going to come down to who's more consistent. Who's more consistent? We need to be so bang on it, and because if Chelsea have another slip up, we need to be ready to take advantage of it. We can't keep. No, yeah, I think it happened earlier this season. We played is it Everton or was someone Chelsea dropped points to someone. If we had won the game, we would have been level, but we end up drawing the game again. I was thinking, don't you want this fourth position? So I think it's gonna come down to consistency, but I do think it's between Chelsea and Man United. I don't see Tottenham in it. I certainly don't see Arsenal in it. Sheffield United, whilst they are doing amazing, and that's great.
Card, innit?
I don't know. I feel like maybe the pandemic for them probably
Crashed
came
their
at the wrong
party,
time.
yeah, man. Killed
Yeah.
them over
Yeah. You know, I'm pretty sure them and Liverpool are the only close thinking, oh man, let's carry on playing.
Yeah,
But
100%,
so I don't think they'll be in it. Wolves are too far behind, and actually, but you know what? You can never tell Wolves, but I feel like they're too far behind. So realistically, I think it's between Man United and Chelsea, and I think it's going to boil down to who's more consistent. And we need to, from a Man United perspective, we need to be ready to take advantage of any slip ups from Chelsea, man. And that means we should realistically we should look to win all our remaining games left.
Yeah, on paper, definitely. I think the only anomaly
We should.
there is the Spurs game. You know,
It's a
if we
Spurs
came away
game,
with
yeah.
a draw, then I'd be like, okay, cool,
That
that's
that's,
fine.
that's
Do you know what I mean? First
exactly,
game back after 3 months,
exactly.
but the rest of the games, well, we should be patterned, man. But
We should, bro. We should
you
be.
know,
Bro. We need
with
this. If we want to get good players and attract big players to the club, we need this. We need the Champions League
well,
football,
like you
fam.
said, this
We
has
do.
been our problem, man. We've been so inconsistent
Oh,
in recent seasons. You
man,
know,
it's just which is why I'm hoping, and which is why I'm actually very curious to see how Pogba and Fernandes get on together because I feel like the games that we've drawn, actually, and Rashford, actually, let me not forget Rashford.
mm,
The games that we've drawn, it's like we just don't we lack cutting edge. We
yeah,
don't look like we're incisive enough. We don't look like we've run off ideas. We don't look like our offensive football is it just looks old. It looks lethargic. It looks very just the same thing.
rigid,
So
isn't it?
I'm hoping with this three guys, or with Pogba and Rashford back, there's a bit more invention. There's a little bit more quick thinking and playing some good attacking football that will be able to break down because most of the opponents I think will be coming to defend against Boss. Forget minus Spurs. The rest of them, I think they'll come and try and be defensive and maybe try and take a point. So we're going to need to break them down and play good attacking football. So
My guy.
I hope and pray. I really do hope so, man. It's crucial for social as well, man. I hope it's crucial for him.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
If I mean,
Well,
I feel like he's bought himself grace.
yeah, no, he has. He has. I mean, obviously, I wanted Poch, but you gotta let that
Same.
ship sail. To be fair.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
now we'll wait and see, bro. Obviously,
Mm.
Premier League is back tomorrow. Thanks
Yeah.
for joining me. I mean, where can they find you?
Oh, me, I am on Instagram, so it's just underscore Sems. I'm gonna lie to you, I'm not a Twitter person. I don't use Twitter, but I'm on Instagram. So you can just add me on that, and yeah, it's my pleasure, and I look forward to joining. Having more of this discussion, man. Premier League is back,
Oh,
baby.
it's back, man.
It's
Back, man. Soon we'll
it's
be
back, man. Whatever
recording.
we have left of it, let's just enjoy it. Hopefully, everyone just calm down now and watch some football.
Yeah, exactly. Some more positive news on social media and in the media, man. It's very much needed still. But
Oh, very,
yeah, it's
very.
been your boy Shingy. Make sure you follow me, Shingy underscore LDN on Instagram and Twitter. You see it on the ticker there. Follow the Twitter and Instagram channels YKTS underscore football. And make sure you like, share, subscribe. And if you wanna join the show or join in the conversation, get in touch, and we'll go from there. Like I said, we'll soon be back in the studio,
Yep.
in my comfort zone as opposed to in the comfort of my own home, my own room. Yeah, and we're back. But the Premier League is back, and we're good to go again, man. Less than 24 hours to go. It's been the score.
Whew, let's go. Good times. I'm so
All right,
excited,
trust
man.
me,
Let's go.
trust me.